he's ever seen in his life has been me and Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah. I won't disclose what took place, but it's been great.
You saying you knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what that means.
But he's still young. He's strong. He's a big boy. Pacquiao is 46, man. It's tough, man.
Kind of, in the most respectful way, like make him regret, coming out of retirement, to face me.
The boxing world is in shock after reports surfaced about Manny Pacquiao's sparring session ahead of his fight with Mario Barrios. His sparring partner confirmed they trained together but refused to share any details about what happened. When asked if he had knocked Pacquiao out, he reportedly laughed without giving a clear answer. This mysterious response has sparked speculation about Pacquiao's current condition and whether he's truly prepared for the upcoming bout.
So now you're a big deal. And didn't you spar Manny Pacquiao around that time?
Yeah.
How's Manny Pacquiao in the ring?
Oh, man, we worked so much. We worked so much together. Freddie Roach, I can quote him. He said that the best fights, sparring he's ever seen in his life has been me and Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
Yeah. I won't disclose what took place, but it's been great.
You saying you knocked out Manny Pacquiao?
I don't know what that means. I have amnesia.
Okay.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia has voiced serious doubts about Manny Pacquiao's return, emphasizing that at 46 years old, the odds are heavily stacked against him. Garcia believes the decision to step back into the ring is unwise, citing the brutal demands of modern boxing and the significant risk for someone well past his prime. He pointed out that although Manny has accomplished more than most boxers ever will, time remains undefeated. The age gap between Pacquiao and today's elite fighters cannot be ignored. According to Garcia, the agility, reflexes, and endurance that once defined Pacquiao are no longer what they used to be, and in a fight of this level, that can make all the difference.
Lastly, Robert, do you think Pacquiao wins this fight?
Man, look, Pacquiao's is a legend. He's a legend. He's everybody, myself, Mexicans, people love him because he's just such a great person. He helps a lot. Everything he does is to help people out, and I know of so many stories of people that he's helped, things that he's done in his country. So you can't help not like him and not wish him well. But I got 36. It's too hard.
46, yeah. 46.
Oh, my bad. 46. Yeah. He's 4 years younger than me, man. I don't see myself even able to, box for 12 rounds against a young fighter. Even though Barrios might be the lighter of the welterweight division,
right?
But he's still young. He's strong. He's a big boy. Pacquiao is 46, man. It's tough, man. But it's done. It's been done before, man. Foreman done it. Hopkins did it. Leonard came back. Also and did it after a long retirement. So, is it possible? Yeah. Does he have the talent to do it? Yeah. Was he one of the best fighters of all times? Yeah. So we could see him pull it off, man. But I really don't. I don't see it happening.
Sports analysts have shown hesitation in fully backing Pacquiao's comeback. Their lack of confidence doesn't stem from doubting his legacy, but rather from observing the current circumstances. However, they acknowledge that Manny's return is not a decision made lightly. Coming out of retirement at this stage reflects a fierce inner drive and an unshakable belief in himself. They argue that a fighter like Pacquiao wouldn't risk everything unless he truly believed he could still compete. While they refrain from making bold predictions, some admit that Manny's heart and competitive spirit might be enough to carry him through. If his conditioning is right and his timing returns during the fight, an upset win remains within reach.
Everyone's going to be paying attention. I know I have been these last couple of weeks, watching all these old fights, looking at interviews, watching him train. It just makes you think, like, does he have one more in him? I don't know. He thinks so. And we're going to watch him try at least.
Against Mario Barrios, he's going to be looking for the WBC World Tour World titles, huh?
Yeah. Barrios is a world champion in a welterweight division that is about as weak as I've ever seen it. I think probably people older than me won't ever remember. This might be the weakest welterweight division in history, especially with the removal of Ennis, who's likely seen his last fight at welterweight. I do believe that there are guys coming up in the pipeline that are pretty good welterweights, but they're not at the championship, or they're not getting the championship shot quite yet. But if there's a moment in time where an older fighter can jump in and maybe steal a moment or steal a belt and win a championship and do something special, it's probably right now. It's Mario Barrios losing the welterweight title isn't exactly Michael Moore losing the heavyweight title to George Foreman, when Moore had just beaten Evander Holyfield. It was a shock when Foreman beat him. but nonetheless, it's still an accomplishment. And you know, I think, dude, I think Barrios sucks. So I think, I think
Mario Barrios has not minced words about his intentions for the fight. The young and confident fighter declared that Manny Pacquiao's decision to come out of retirement is a mistake he will come to regret. Barrios has been studying Pacquiao's recent training footage closely and tailoring his preparation accordingly. He pointed out the visible decline in Manny's speed and conditioning in those clips, making it clear that age is not just a number, it's a real factor in elite competition. Barrios emphasized that he respects what Manny has done in the past, but the version of Pacquiao he's about to face is not the one who dominated a decade ago. He aims to use this opportunity to launch himself into greater prominence by decisively beating a legend.
Get in this camp.
So yeah, then well, I guess I'll put it this way: like, I don't think based on that, then you should be surprised with anything Manny does, or is it like, well, we'll see with the first punch how that mimics the sparring.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the like best way, right? Because I mean, again, we have been trying to mimic or trying to get the looks that Manny brings as best as we can, but still, everything it's gonna come down to fight night. I'm still preparing for the best version of like Manny that I can. I'm not going in there like expecting to be like facing an old man. So yeah, I'm expecting him to be fast, to be moving. So yeah, I'm just expecting the best from him.
I would think because you're younger, that the later the fight goes, the more it's in your favor, right? Like, do you guys feel that?
I feel that I have confidence, and the longer the fight goes, right? It's I mean it's my job to go in there and yeah, like make him feel like the old man, make him feel kind of in the most respectful way, like make him regret coming out of retirement, to face me, but make him question it, right? Like why did I come back for this?
Coach Joel Diaz offered his take on the matchup with a mix of respect and realism. He acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status and numerous accomplishments, but stressed that the reality of age cannot be ignored. Diaz mentioned that Barrios, being much younger, has the natural advantage of energy, recovery, and physical sharpness. In Diaz's opinion, even though Manny was once a master of speed and angles, those traits decline with time.
So Manny Pacquiao's going to get knocked out by Mario Barrios. And I get it, like, Mario Barrios is, like, far from a good fighter. Mario Barrios is one of the worst champions in all of boxing, but Manny Pacquiao is so old, bro. I think a lot of you guys forget Manny Pacquiao fought last year, and he arguably lost to, like, a Muay Thai kickboxer dude. Like, this dude wasn't even a boxer. Yes, he was really big, but the dude was just not a boxer. Honestly, I think the WBC should call this fight off. I think it's not too late to kind of go back on your word and let's call this one off. This fight should not be sanctioned by anybody. This fight should not be allowed. At least Mario Barrios should be stripped of his WBC title for defending it against a 46-year-old. Is there a slim chance Manny Pacquiao is able to outmaneuver him and maybe outpoint him, punch, around him? Yeah, maybe. But realistically, it won't happen. But if he does, I think it will solidify him as the greatest boxer of all time, no questions about it. I think if he does win this fight, it would put him clearly over Ali, Ray Robinson, Ray Leonard, and Floyd Mayweather. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on how y'all feel about this.
One of the most pressing concerns is Manny Pacquiao's age and long-term inactivity. Having been away from professional competition for years, the physical and mental adjustments required to re-enter the elite level are immense. The time away from the ring affects not just cardio and muscle memory, but also adaptability to the evolving techniques of younger fighters. In boxing, where timing and rhythm are everything, even a small delay in reaction can result in a devastating blow. Manny's past greatness is undeniable, but as critics emphasize, greatness alone cannot reverse the biological clock.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger. He's big. He's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. In my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments. great memories.
Analyst Sean Zittel firmly believes that this fight marks the end of an era. He predicts that Barrios will secure a decisive victory, prompting Manny Pacquiao to announce his final retirement from boxing. According to Sean, this fight won't just be a loss on Pacquiao's record, it'll be a statement that signals the passing of the torch. He commends Manny for stepping up and taking on a tough opponent, but notes that Barrios' hunger and activity give him a clear edge.
I think people are forgetting Pacquiao has a championship fight this weekend against Mario Barrios. And I don't know what to really think about this one. So, I took a screenshot of this and circled it. Pacquiao's 46 years old. See, status inactive. And, I don't know. I don't know how, one, they gave this guy a license to have this fight. I get Manny Pacquiao, who he used to be, and how truly good he really was. Not that guy anymore. Going against a guy who's young and Mario Barrios and talented. And then if you look at Pacquiao's resume going into this fight. So obviously you have his loss in 2015 to Mayweather. And we'll just go up. And look, he beat Bronner in 2019. That win didn't age too well, but it's a very good win. Beats Keith Thurman, who beat Barrios. And he loses to Ugas in UD, who, by the way, gets cooked by Barrios 2 years later. Pacquiao, at this point, will have had a 4-year layoff going into this fight, or a 3-year and 11-month layoff, if you look at that. Going into a championship fight against a guy who's young and decently talented. Is it a winnable fight? Yes, it is. Manny Pacquiao's 46 years old. He's an old man. I doubt he will get the job done. Don't be surprised if he does, though. Don't be surprised. I hope he does. I mean, who doesn't like Manny Pacquiao? But we'll see. But what do we think? Should Pacquiao even have a license to be boxing this weekend?
There's no denying that this fight is a high-stakes gamble for Manny Pacquiao. By stepping into the ring, he risks not only defeat but also damage to his legacy and long-term health. After years of building one of the most respected reputations in boxing history, a poor performance now could cloud that image. More importantly, every punch he takes at this stage could have more severe consequences than when he was in his prime. Experts have raised concerns that no title or payday is worth the physical toll such a dangerous matchup might bring. Former fighter Chris Algieri, who once shared the ring with Pacquiao, gave a sobering assessment. He stated that if Pacquiao struggles to find his rhythm and balance in the early rounds, the fight will quickly spiral out of his control. According to Algieri, early round success is critical for a fighter coming off a long layoff, especially against a sharp and motivated opponent. If Manny fails to establish control or land effective punches early on, Barrios will likely take over and dominate. In Algieri's words, a shaky start could lead to a disastrous outcome by the final bell. And he fears this might be one of Pacquiao's most difficult nights in the ring.
The jab is what can neutralize Pacquiao. It's what helped Ugas neutralize Manny in between those bursts that you know are coming. So we'll see. My first thought of this fight was Sugar Ray Leonard when he came back against Hector Camacho. I think we get Barrios winning, and I think Manny announces an emotional retirement in the ring in a beautiful moment after the fight. He's one of those guys that needs to lose against an ordinary type of fighter like Barrios to truly know it's over, because without a shadow of a doubt, 10 years ago, he would have handled Barrios with ease, and that's not a diss to Barrios. So you got to lose to a Joe Smith. You got to lose to a Mario Barrios. Manny is one of the fighters that won't stop until you make him stop. So Saturday night, I think Mario Barrios finally makes him stop.
Despite the growing concern, some boxing analysts remain hopeful. They argue that Manny Pacquiao, as an 8-division world champion, possesses knowledge and experience that can't be taught or replicated. These supporters believe that even though Barrios is younger, he lacks the ring IQ and adaptability that Manny has accumulated over decades. They point to Pacquiao's history of overcoming the odds and suggest this fight might be another chapter in that story.
This is going to be a bad night for Manny. One of the things that I really thought made Manny special, and what I noticed in the ring too, was his first step. It was so damn fast. Fastest hands I ever fought in a ring was Amir Khan. Fastest first step was Manny Pacquiao. His ability to pull the trigger early on, pop that straight left hand right down the middle. If I see him go out there, pop that straight left hand on the heavy-footed Mario Barrios and bangs him, cracks him with her left hand early, I'm like, okay, we got to fight. If I see him falling out of position, being off balance, getting square, and getting countered early on, I'm gonna know right away this is gonna be a bad night for me.
There are still voices in the boxing world who believe in Pacquiao's magic. They insist that no one should underestimate a fighter of his caliber. Even at 46, his career has been defined by defying expectations. And those who believe in him say this might be another one of those moments. They note that determination, discipline, and belief in oneself have brought great results before.
Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against a young fighter, champion WBC, Mario Barrios. How do you see that fight playing out?
Yeah, Barrios is a tall guy, and he's a tough guy. You know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao is a champion, the holder of the records of 8 divisions, and he knows how to fight, he knows how to win, so you always got to give it that opportunity for him to show up. And now whoever shows up in that ring, whether it's a desire to win or just try to be there, that's a question that we have to see. But I believe that he has the ability to do something to win the fight against Barrios.
Shane Mosley, another boxing veteran, offered a more optimistic take after observing Manny's training camp. He reported that Pacquiao has been working with intensity and focus, looking physically conditioned and mentally locked in. According to Mosley, if Manny carries that same energy into the fight, he could perform far better than expected. 12. Alex Ariza, who has worked with Pacquiao in the past, provided a more critical perspective. He observed that Manny's training hasn't changed significantly from what he did in his prime, suggesting this could be a problem. Ariza emphasized that what worked in Manny's 20s is unlikely to have the same effect in his 40s. The body doesn't respond the same way with age, and relying on old habits may not be enough to compete at the elite level today. In Ariza's opinion, unless there's a shift in approach, Manny may find himself overwhelmed when the Real fight begins.
Well, I mean, Manny's already, it doesn't matter anything to, I mean, Manny's already a winner, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's just to step in and to keep challenging himself at his age. I mean, he's already won, so it doesn't matter what the outcome is.
July 19th, we've got Manny Pacquiao getting back at the ring at the age of 46 against a young, hungry champion, Mario Barrios.
Doesn't matter, knockout. You know, nothing against the other guy, by the way. Shout out to you. You probably have a great future ahead of you after this fight. But I'm predicting maybe a 7th round knockout. You know, it's going to be a little brutal. Head's going to be on the ground. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely betting on it, so we'll see.
I think it's nothing Manny can't handle. I think if Manny fights Manny's fight, I think he beats him. And I think, and this is where I say it might be shock the world, I think he could unify the title. I really do. I still think he's got the ability at 46 to do something that will shock people. I believe that.
At a certain age, even as great as Ray is, he's not the Ray Leonard who became the world champion, one of the greatest fighters in history. So age takes a toll. I mean, Manny actually walked in when I was working out in the ring. And I said, you know, let me tell you something. Age really has nothing to do with this. And I'm 82, so, you know, I think you train hard, you're working hard, you've got the skills, but, you know, let's be realistic. It's a split-second sport, right? That's
you nearly hit me.
Nearly. That's why I said nearly.
So you still good.
Love you.